Once upon a time, a man found a mushroom, and that's the morale of the story. What's brown and sounds like a bell? Dong.
Day 2 following the January 6th rally and Capitol building takeover. Trump says that there will be a peaceful transfer of power. And in response, his opponents say impeach. We'll go over it all today. And what's the one thing that heals, that unites us all together? Music. Music by John Mullins. All that today on the Joe Padula Show. Absolutely. Woo!
He doesn't wonder what it's like on the ground in Afghanistan. He's been there, serving our country and defending Lady Liberty.
Absolutely.
It's the Joe Padula Show, Clarksville's conversation.
Ooh. Hey y'all. Howdy y'all. I'm working on my y'alls. My name is Joe Padula, host of the show. Former soldier with the 2nd Brigade Combat Team Strike. A war veteran with the 101st Airborne Division Air Assault. And I'm ready. I am ready for some real talk, real facts, real opinions. And I'm definitely ready to party with a purpose. Absolutely. If I sound funny to you, that means I was born in Jersey. Lived in New York. Came to the South, y'all. I reckon. Trying to fit in, Lawyer Wayne. I'm trying.
You're doing all right.
Bay. I'm fixing to fit in.
Are you?
I'm fixing. I am.
I reckon.
What? I reckon. I reckon. Man, so much to go over here today, and yeah, the mission today is it's not division. It is not. It's never been division. It's been asking questions and uniting with answers. So let's attempt that again. What's up, Red Pill Jen?
What is going on?
Yeah, that's everyone's question.
Like, seriously.
What is going on?
Literally and figuratively, what is going on?
You know who would be amazing right now if they were still not retired and working? Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh, no.
What is with these people?
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my God.
No, I'd rather smell Shane fart again.
Oh, my God. They're in the Capitol. Oh, my God.
I love Seinfeld.
Oh, John Mullins. I love that voice of yours, John.
Thank you so much.
You got a new video out, huh?
Brand new.
Yeah, brand new.
Video and song.
You guys might recognize John from many locations, including a big performance on The Voice. Ooh. You know, I saved that clip of you on The Voice getting hugged by Blake Shelton. And now I use it against you because I was a little bit jealous.
Stop.
I was like, look, he's not staying 6 feet apart. No masks.
Stop. It was before all this.
Yeah, sure. Not when it aired.
That's why your name sounded familiar, because I love that show.
Oh, dude, let me tell you, talented man. Wait till you see his new video that's out. What's the new song called?
Survive.
Survive. How fitting.
How fitting.
Right? Unbelievable. Man. Joining us on microphone. Introduce, what's going to be the radio nickname?
I didn't even think about that before I came
Yeah, we
here.
got to come up with a good one.
I got nothing.
Take your last name and put, well, what would be your porn name? What's the formula for the porn name?
Oh, gosh.
What is it?
It's I think it's your last name or something, middle name.
It's supposed to be your middle name, the street you grew up on,
and
that's
something with
it.
your pet too,
And
right?
a pet. You can
Yeah.
use a pet.
My memory
Well, he
is
said I
negative.
got nothing. All right, what's your name?
My name's George.
We'll call him Nothing George.
Yeah, there we go.
No. I want a porn name.
What's your middle
That's
name?
about as poor as it gets right there.
Oh, I
Nothing.
got it. Nothing George.
Nothing
Nothing
George.
George.
Yeah.
NG.
We'll call him just George.
And also, what's up, intern Shane?
What's up, Joe?
Intern Shane, Is it true? Did you fart in the studio the other day and upset one of the guests?
Yes. It slipped.
It slipped. Ew.
I swear.
He even made me a meme. I'll send it to you.
I
Fart
didn't.
meme?
Yeah, it's great.
I didn't mean it intentionally.
I hope not. I hope.
Smelled
not.
like something died.
Well, intern Shane, hey, if you guys got any comments on anything that we bring up here, the videos, the photos, the ideas, the conversations, just type them in. Intern Shane's on it. He'll see it. And also, make sure to like, dislike, do what you got to do. Start pounding them now. Boom, 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 boom. And definitely help us out because we are being shadow banned on social media. I hate keep repeating this, but it's the truth. We got another video taken down.
Which one was that?
The video I uploaded yesterday.
Oh, really?
From Washington, D.C. Yeah, the footage.
How's it?
YouTube said this doesn't fit our what's it called?
Narrative.
Community guidelines.
Yeah. Yeah, while all the major news outlets, all the corporate media, it's the same footage.
What is YouTube?
Just with a news media person in front of it.
What is YouTube fit in category?
I don't know. I'm not calling him YouTube anymore. Now I'm calling him You Can't. Okay, from now on. You can't load this. You can't load this. You can't load this. You can't say this. Right, you can't. But yeah, definitely share that link. All right, if you're listening via iHeartRadio, if you want to see anything we're looking at, just go to the Joe Padula Show Facebook page, look for that blue check of verification. Boom, there we are. And also YouTube, You Can't. Go to You Can't, the Joe Padula Show, hit the subscription bell, and the whole bit. All right. So, yesterday, as we went over, crazy, right? Crazy. Let's go to let's check out some of the feeds here. And also follow at Joe Padula on Twitter, at Joe Padula on Parler, the whole bit. So let's keep scrolling. Here we go.
Is Parler turning out to be a thing?
Parler's.
Are people like loving it?
Yeah,
Parler's booming.
Because you can't
Since November.
You can't get other stuff like the Joe Padula Show and stuff. They keep shutting it down on everything else. So
Really?
That's where you got to go to actually read.
Did,
Other people's opinions. All the people that got banned off of Twitter and Facebook and stuff are all on there now.
Yeah, what's the other one? Because I know he sent me the link yesterday, and it showed up in the text as being the
Rumbler.
Joe Padula Show. And
Yeah.
I clicked on it, and it's 11 hours of raw ABC news footage. And I'm like, why on earth is he sent? I can't watch 11 hours.
Oh yeah,
worth
I
of
sent
this
you a link
crap.
from the Facebook.
Yeah.
Right. So I
And it
ended
said
up.
Facebook, and when
Yeah.
I clicked it, it booted me. It sent me straight. So you sent me to Rumbler. and
Rumbler.
I watched it there.
It's another one up and coming. Same thing with BitChute. Okay,
Yeah.
check it all out. These are platforms that act as platforms and not publishers. Right, and that's the big difference.
Rumbler's the new YouTube. You can sign up for a free account. And you can post your own videos too, which is kind of cool.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So yesterday it began, there was a huge, massive rally in Washington, D.C., as we all know. All right? And there was a lot of speakers. I saw Giuliani. I saw Trump Jr. And then Donald came up and boom, he goes, okay, here we are. Okay, attack. No, that's not what happened. All right? If you want to be honest with you, as I was watching the entire interview, the entire rally speech, it almost sounded like a concession speech. Okay, almost as if he was like, okay, you know what? We're fighting this system where these questions of voter integrity is not being answered, and it looks like it's not going to be answered through this way. So the rally goes off, no doubt. Now, after the rally, what do we see? We saw what took place over at the. Let me pull this up here. Actually, I'll just show the video. We got slow motion here. Yeah, I'm giving you guys some insights to my Facebook.
I was just sitting here thinking, I'm waiting for one of these days just for the wrong thing to come up.
Oh, it's happened before. It's happened before.
Somebody sends you a message in the middle of the show.
Or are you messaging someone named Cinnamon?
Cinnamon. So after the rally, now Congress members of Congress, the House of Representatives and Senate, are contesting Arizona at this point. Okay, and all of a sudden they go, "Does somebody hear something? Is something happening outside?" And yes, the people that went to the rally now made their way to the Capitol building. where the electoral vote count was taking place. So, members of Congress, the House of Representatives and Senate, they went into tunnels and hiding. They went into hiding.
And this is the one that Trump supposedly gaslit, or this is the one the media is trying to say he started.
Right.
Correct? Okay.
Yeah, we'll get into that in just a moment.
Well, I didn't know if there was multiple.
No, yeah, it was just that one. This was right
Scenarios,
after his speech.
Tear gas they got there.
Looked like a bear mace.
Bear mace.
Yeah. There's a lot of blood on the ground.
So now, here you go. You got images of the breaking of the windows, which, by the way, I'm very surprised that the Capitol building doesn't have stronger windows in them. But that's
I was thinking that yesterday.
I'd expected him to have like bullet and shatterproof
Right,
glasses.
I thought they would have some type of gate that drops down.
right. We're all assuming that that lasers would come up, okay, and singe anyone.
Well, that's the building that hoses. Hoses.
Yeah,
That's
it
the
does
building
hose.
that houses the most elected
Yep.
officials at
Right.
one time.
It's probably historical. Yeah. I mean, those
Why-
glass panes are probably from like,
Like-
18.
Like John, in that house is the elected officials of the House of Representatives, the senators, the vice president, okay, the Speaker of the House, all under one roof. You would think
Somebody just leave the door open.
that, you know, that day at least, you got the best of the best security. But at the same point, you have, what was the number? 334,000 people at the rally.
Wow.
So at that point, too, I mean,
Nobody's ever done this before.
right.
Nobody should do this.
Agreed.
You know,
Agreed. Nobody should break into
we don't-
anywhere.
We shouldn't have bulletproof. You should be able to walk, and it's supposed to be a place that's open to the public, right? For
Right.
people to go in, sit in the audience, watch Congress. It's supposed to be a very friendly place. This is not,
It
pushing
should be
barbed wire
it should
and
be a
fences
no-brainer.
Yeah, it is the people's house. I mean, you this is your tax dollars that are keeping this the air conditioning, the heater on, the air and everything. So there they go. They're going in.
And what, pray tell, did they think they were going to do once they got in there?
I kind of feel like it's like a dog chasing its tail. It doesn't know what it's going to do when it gets it. It's just that's what it's doing.
Right?
But if you notice, the ones inside, see all these nice statues, all the nice paintings, nothing being touched.
Yep.
Okay, there's no spray painting.
There's no fire,
MAGA's being spray painted anywhere.
no fires.
No
anywhere.
statues
not
being
entirely
torn
true.
down or
They,
broken.
they ransacked some places.
Yeah,
pretty
I
bad.
saw some offices, and I'm going to show those pictures in a bit. Like Nancy Pelosi's office. Did you see that when they got into Nancy's?
Yeah.
I mean, again, I do not support breaking and entering on anything, no matter what your protest is. And there they are making it to the floor. But yeah, it's like, okay, we're in here now. Now what, right?
I can't believe they made it that far.
Now I do believe most of the people in here got arrested. Babe, what was that number?
68.
68 arrested so far, including deaths too, which we're going to cover here in just a moment. And I'm not so sure about revealing, but okay.
I am going to say,
Yes.
this
What's
is
up,
the
John?
first time I've seen any of this video content.
Really, John?
Period.
Wow.
And it's mind-blowing.
It's unreal. It really is. Like Gloria Wayne said earlier, never seen anything like it before.
No.
Yeah.
And going on outside, that's media.
Don't touch my camera.
Joe would be out there like, hey, don't touch my mic.
I'd be like, hey, expensive.
For real.
Myself, I will defend myself if I feel threatened.
Wow.
That was just painful to watch.
Right? That's the same thing I saw.
I just see money hitting the ground.
Yeah.
All right, now check this out. This is where we start getting into some interesting things. Here is footage of the police opening the gates for them to come in.
Yep.
Okay?
Police are squabbling with protesters. Oh, there we go.
Do you see? I mean, the cops have their backs turned to them, for crying out loud.
I think they likely got orders to back off. We don't have control of the situation.
Probably so.
And they just reached the Capitol again.
Now, the ones given that order, I'd like to ask, do they perhaps maybe even know what type of photo ops are going to be available because of allowing the mass to come in? I mean,
Right.
I'm not saying a propaganda war here, but maybe I am. That's me skirting the line. Right, YouTube? We're still up and running, right?
Yeah, I'm actually on YouTube. I'm commenting to Jacob.
Oh, good. Tell Jacob I said what's up.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure he probably heard
Police
you.
are
'cause
Oh,
squabbling
he's
that's
watching
that's
the
true.
show.
That's true. All right, and now also, it's interesting because then you see these individuals in there, like the guy in the, I don't know, you want to call it a
What in God's name is he
a
wearing?
Wookiee bikini,
He's known as the QAnon shaman.
right?
Didn't
So-
Simpsons
he's been to
predict
a
that
bunch
as
of other-
well?
Oh my God.
He's been to other protests. He's a character.
He shows up at these BLM, and now I'm seeing pictures of him and Nancy Pelosi's kid hanging out. He's an actor out of Arizona.
They got some interviews with him.
Right. Now, the other interesting character over there.
He actually made it and took a photo of him in the speaker's chair.
That one, right?
There you go.
Right.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, there is a, there's some Joe Padula stuff. Follow on Twitter, at Joe Padula. Shameless plug. Okay. Now, the other ones in question is Antifa. Was Antifa involved in this?
I doubt it.
Here's this one guy. He's got the hammer and sickle tattoo.
Is it? I don't see it.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. That's a hammer and sickle.
Perhaps.
Now,
Barely make it out.
this gentleman right here, on the quote-unquote front lines, if you will, of this invasion. Maybe here's a better picture of the hammer and sickle tattoo. Let me tell you, no MAGA guy has a hammer and sickle communist emblem on his body anywhere. But then you find out that that's the same guy that's been hanging out at the. Oh, did they take it down already? They might have.
They might have. I saw it on there
Yep.
yesterday when you posted it.
Yep, the Antifa, the Philadelphia Antifa website.
Yeah.
Now, also to go along with that, listen to the audio.
My brother says that that's not a hammer and sickle, that it's a tattoo from a video game called Dishonored.
Dishonored.
Yeah,
I played
it
that
is.
game.
What is that?
Is that what it's from?
Yeah, it's a stealth game, and yeah, your
Really
brother's
good
right.
game.
It is.
Yeah.
I looked closer.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's the symbol of the outsider from Dishonored.
Okay.
So
And this is why we bring on the nerds.
Right.
Okay? This is why. The exact reason. But listen to this crowd. Remember we saw the breaking of the window? They're breaking in
they're
through
they're
there?
saying, "Don't break the window." It sounds. like.
They're saying, don't break the window. And listen, you'll hear who they're calling out.
No Antifa.
No Antifa.
Don't break the window. That's what I heard.
Booing. So if you're going to lump, as media is doing, mainstream media that is, if you're going to lump the 334,000 people that attended this rally into these how dare you storm the castle. It's not true. You had people that should not have been in there, okay? I agree with that. But these people outside of the People's Building, I have no issue with. You know why? Because it's happened before.
Mm-hmm.
It's happened in the past. How about this one?
This is treason.
This is what the media was putting out.
This is treason. This is insurrection.
CNN right here.
This is rebellion.
They were singing the national anthem, by the way.
Period.
The people.
Is that Don Lemon's voice?
Yeah, that's Don Lemon.
I cannot stand that man.
No, and that's like you're
out.
like a lefty.
I'm not a lefty, but the man, no, he drives me crazy.
Interesting.
They have a still photo of a protester on the speaker's rostrum, the speaker's podium.
There it is.
There it is.
By the way, above this picture, there's a person with a very professional camera taking a shot down here.
In the House chamber.
Almost
which
as
is,
if, hey, you know.
Remarkable.
And believe you me, no MAGA supporter raises the BLM fist.
Yeah. Sure you can. Wolverines.
Wolverines, not
it's a
MAGA.
Wolverines fist.
Let's not glorify this.
But
Let's be honest.
we also have video that we've seen from Frank Thorpe, our Senate producer, that they are inside the Senate chamber as well. There you go.
He needs to be impeached.
And now they're saying he needs to be impeached. Why? Why does he need to be impeached? You might ask.
He even came out and said, "Hey guys, go home. Like, stop doing this."
He did say that. And what did they do?
They didn't show it.
They deleted it. Twitter. He's now and banned on Facebook. And I'll play that in just a moment.
This was the encouragement of insurrection to overcome democracy.
There was no I mean, obviously they didn't listen to the rally speech. I listened to it right from the start to the finish. There was no go get him, sick him, boys. Okay, there was none of that.
This was sedition. This was lies. This is a lot of bad things.
Nicole, the protest that's happening.
This is when Brett Kavanaugh was being sworn in. Take a look.
Behind me now, and may make me slightly hard to hear, is by far
Capitol
the
Hill.
largest and most well-organized protest against Brett Kavanaugh that I've seen yet this week. And it's really coming at the right time from the protesters' perspective. After this announcement from Heidi Heitkamp of North Dakota that she would vote no on Kavanaugh's confirmation, gave really a boost of energy to the opposition here. The protest.
Too many.
Storming the Capitol, but hey.
And as a reminder, Kavanaugh was the one that was accused of all of the sexual.
Mm-hmm. And we all know what came of that.
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify for myself and for anyone else, because that's been a hot minute ago.
How about just a couple months ago?
Yeah,
but
I was gonna say,
in comparison,
feels like forever ago.
Yeah, exactly.
How about a couple months?
We've actually had a whole new. Yeah, we've had Amy Coney Barrett.
Mm-hmm.
I swear it feels like it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, it feels like forever ago though.
They see the protests as the problem. No.
Here's CNN's coverage of the BLM riots, protests, riots over the summer.
Many see the protests as the problem. No, the problem is what forced your fellow citizens to take to the streets. And please, show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
Oh, Chris Cuomo and his fake COVID.
But this is where, when he came out of the...
That was so silly.
Talk about hypocritical.
But this is why people get confused. This is why people get confused. If you're like watching CNN on a regular basis and you're like, yeah, these people are frustrated. They're just releasing. They have a right to. But then all of a sudden, you hear CNN, Don Lemon, oh, this impeach.
Peaceful.
I mean, I'm definitely politically illiterate, and I'll freely admit that. But like last night, I'm watching that link you accidentally sent me, and in the first, I think 8 minutes, first they said that Trump did not incite it, then they said that he did, and this is all from the same source, different reporters. And I'm trying to call him like, okay, I don't want to sound like an idiot on the show tomorrow. Can someone please give me a rundown? Because I am so clueless right now.
You want to see an example of a politician actually inciting? Okay. Go to Representative Maxine Waters out of California.
You see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
Where's the call for impeachment of that congressperson? That is literally on a microphone saying, go get him.
And she's not just like pointing out. I mean, she's just like, wherever you see them, go. And see, like what happened yesterday, you know, they shouldn't have been breaking windows and stuff, but
right.
They had a problem with the people that work in the Capitol, so they went to the Capitol to confront those people.
It sounds like they were taking the advice of Maxine Waters.
Right.
Right.
All these other protests that were happening over the summer, you know, they had a problem with what was going on, and they were like, well, you know, I guess I'll go burn down a Target and steal a TV. Like, that doesn't
Like
doesn't make
Wendy's,
sense.
okay? And we saw the pictures of Washington, D.C. from the riots of Washington. There's burning.
Yeah.
This is outside of the Capitol building months ago during the riots of BLM.
But Joe, that's a peaceful protest.
But that's
remember.
a peaceful one.
Remember, yeah.
Right.
No, it was.
Mostly.
Yeah, that's right. Mostly peaceful.
Mostly peaceful.
Okay? There's just such a hypocrisy upon not only just media, but politicians as well, because they are afraid of this man. Here's what got him he puts out a statement while this is going on. Trump, that is. The president.
I know you're hurt. We had an election that was stolen from us. It was a landslide election, and everyone knows it, especially the other side. But you have to go home now. We have to have peace. We have to have law and order. We have to respect our great people in law and order. We don't want anybody hurt. It's a very tough period of time. There's never been a time like this where such a thing happened, where they could take it away from all of us, from me, from you, from our country. This was a fraudulent election, but we can't play into the hands of these people. We have to have peace. So go home. We love you. You're very special. You've seen what happens. You see the way others are treated that are so bad and so evil. I know how you feel. But go home and go home in peace.
Twitter made that first, when he first released that, made that you could not retweet it. They made it unretweetable. And then they just shut down his account. And then Facebook says with that, sorry, your account's closed until the end of your presidency.
Yep, Jacob just clarified that on Twitter and Facebook, and he said another one that he wasn't sure
Snapchat.
of. Until, is it Snapchat? Yeah, Jacob wasn't sure.
Trump
but-
has Snapchat?
That is so biased.
Until January
ridiculous.
20th.
And look how the media covers that. Listen,
Hey.
I'm just saying, because those who disagree with me, and I see your comments, especially when I post stuff and everything, and we'll get into that in just a moment. I don't think you're taking a step back, and sometimes I don't do that either, and just look at everything. Here's MSNBC covering what we just watched, what the Trump video of, go home, okay, do me a favor, all right, make some cupcakes, something like that.
4 a.m.
I know you're hurt. We had an election that was stolen from us. It was a landslide election, and everyone knows it, especially the other side. But you have to go home now.
Stop the tape. That is not true, and we are not airing it.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Do you
Definitely
see
not biased at all.
what your media, your beloved gods of information, are doing? That Shepard Smith, formerly of a Fox, now I believe is a CNBC. Stop. Don't listen to this. Let me explain what he said. Don't hear for yourself. Let me tell you what he said.
Well, you're not wrong, right? What Trump said there about the election is not true. It was not a landslide victory for him. We don't know that.
We don't know that. But
It
that's
was-
where the frustration comes from, because that opportunity to present the allegations were never even heard.
Wasn't even close in the Electoral College, even if he'd been able to flip one or two states.
Right.
Which he wasn't able to do. We don't have proof of massive voter fraud. He's an unpopular president. He drove a bunch of Democrats to go out and vote against him because they hate him. He divided the Republicans.
I would have to disagree with you on that.
I think they hate him as much as we hated Hillary.
His last approval ratings was at 50%, which
Right.
was higher than Obama's when he was getting out of office.
But it's about voter turnout and the kinds of people that like to vote.
75 million plus.
You know, they
That's a large turnout, Lawyer Wayne.
They can't. You know, his turnout was not a landslide victory for him. He barely lost.
Or was it? Then how come you're telling me that the guy who wouldn't even campaign got more votes than Barack Obama?
They got a bunch of yellow dog Democrats that are going to vote Democrat every chance they get.
80 million votes.
And they put on a good voter drive effort.
Do you think 80 million votes?
The Democrats outnumber the Republicans in most places, and they control some of the biggest states. That is, California, New York, those big voting blocks where all the votes go, and they're pretty solidly Democrat.
Then bring it down to the contested states, Lawyer Wayne.
Those were close. Some of them were, perhaps could have swung one way or the other. It wasn't a landslide victory for either side, and.
So that's why he should get that tweeted deleted?
I'm just saying
because he said that?
I'm saying this. Trump didn't tell those people to go storm the Capitol, right?
Right.
But what he has fed into is the idea that the voting didn't matter, that the normal political processes didn't work, right? And the whole theme of stop the steal, what are people supposed to interpret that as? Because those there are a bunch of wackos that are going to be attracted to anything political, right? And what we saw yesterday was a bunch of them decided they were going to just go in there and stop the political processes. They weren't going to go to the ballot box and vote. They weren't going to file a lawsuit with the courts. That they were just going to go storm in and try to disrupt the process. We didn't like that when they did that with, the judicial confirmations. We condemn them.
Oh, it hurt. It hurt. They were in the process of going through the objections. You know what I mean?
And they've lost.
And they never should have entered the. No. I say, go outside of the building, just like they were doing out there, and sing that national anthem, which was beautiful.
Wave your signs, do that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
The guys that crossed through those and did that stuff should be absolutely condemned. Trespassing, vandalism, and borderline sedition.
They're going to get a federal. It's not sedition.
It's not.
It's not sedition.
It's borderline.
They're going to face federal charges.
Shutting
it's a
down,
federal building.
Shutting down Congress when they're trying to do their business, going in for apparently that purpose. That's bad. That's really bad.
Of course.
And they,
Of course it is. But what I'm saying is, the frustrations. This is take the BLM riots.
Yeah.
Okay. Because people were frustrated. Because they weren't being heard, right? So what do? Riots.
Yeah.
Now you have a different type of group who's not being heard, who they're with evidence. Hey, how come you can't explain these buckets of ballots being pulled from this table in Georgia after asking everyone to leave? They wouldn't even go over it or review it at a court level.
And so
the people are like, whoa. We have to do something. So they showed up at the rally. Now those 68 that go inside, not a smart move. And unfortunately, how about the one Air Force chick who was shot and killed by the Metro cop there?
People are dead. People are going to jail, and all for nothing. They adopted the tactics of the rioters from the left, and by doing so, they lost any moral high ground. Right? They made the whole protest. There were 330,000 people there, is what I'm told, right? Few hundred people, maybe a few thousand, just spoiled the whole thing.
Agreed.
Right?
Totally agreed on
It makes that whole rally look like, and it goes all the way up. Trump didn't tell him go storm the Capitol, right? And he told him to go home when they started doing it. But he's the guy they were there for, and it makes him look bad. It's a terrible end to his presidency.
Absolutely. I can't disagree with you. But I have to explain, or at least express, that the frustrations, take out the reasons, the coverage of frustrations of one group, BLM, and the frustrations of another group, MAGA, are not being fairly covered.
The media double standard is obvious. The way they cover these things is obvious. And
that's the dangerous part, because you're having people And I see it all on social media. Oh, look at this. Look at this. I mean, this is ridiculous. But months ago, they were saying this is awesome and this is needed.
And those people in the alternative media, the people on the right and such, they need to take Mike Pence's lead and make sure that we aren't guilty. And when I say we, I mean conservatives and people in the media and such, that we aren't guilty of also doing that double standard to try to justify what these people did, when we would never have justified it had it been people on the left storming the Capitol and doing
Right.
something like this.
We brought that up yesterday on the show. What if the shoe was on the other foot? Right.
Well, but in all fairness, I mean, if liberals were storming the Capitol, we wouldn't have a Capitol building right now. They would have burned the whole thing down with 330,000.
You can't say that with any 100% certainty, though. That's not a fair
I can
statement.
though. Look at the BLM protests. They were burning down buildings, flipping police cars. I mean, and that was probably just a few thousand people. I mean, can you imagine 330,000 people?
Yeah,
the whole city would be on fire right now.
My question is, we are at this point with ideas totally separate, mass groups. Can they ever coexist?
Hopefully. I think part of what's killing us, though, is just that right there. Oh, I think we can assume that. I think we can stop. Everyone needs to stop assuming and look at the logic that we do know. Do your own research. Quit listening to these talking heads. You know, I mean, hell, you don't even have to listen to us sitting here, you know, chomping at the bit for an hour and a half if you don't want to. If you don't believe us, look it up. But until people step out of that, you know, feed me Seymour mentality where it's just, you know, they're too lazy to even bother to do a search on their own, no one's going to coexist. This is not ever going to get better.
But at the end of the day, there is so much at stake here. This is, in my opinion, and I've been to a few of them, but this is the greatest country in the world. It is based on a constitution that I personally believe, allows us to be amazing and great.
Absolutely.
That is on the line.
It gives us the opportunity.
The two ideas, one is for that constitution.
Mm-hmm.
The other is for dismantling and creating something new, something different. So you really are at this battle here. And now it's turning really physical.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's already turned physical. We saw that in the summertime. But now here's the other side showing, hey, who was the guy in Staten Island that when the bar owner,
I can't think of his name, but I know who you
they
mean.
closed his business, right? Because he
there was one like 4 doors down that they allowed to stay
exactly.
open. Yeah.
Oh yeah, where they had the red zone.
And you had the one guy doing an interview.
Yeah, the real passionate one.
Right, and I'm going to curse here for a second, but he says, if they fear you, they won't fuck with you.
That's true.
And we saw that this summer.
And here's the thing is that throughout the years, there's been all of these individuals, rightfully so, who were concerned about how other countries were going to come in and take us down and tear us apart. But the truth of the matter is that look what's happening. We're falling apart. We're combusting from the inside out. These other countries don't even have to do anything.
Oh, no.
They're sitting back watching us like we watched the damn Tiger King, laughing their asses off.
You know who's the best one right now, Bang?
What is that?
Looking in right now, China.
China. Oh, they know what they do. Yeah.
The
CCP.
Yeah.
The originators of the woohoo flu.
Well, you see, like one of the reasons that we don't have foreign countries come and invade us is because they know that we have guns. In World War II, there was a Japanese general. He said if you invaded the homeland of America, there'd be a gun behind every blade of grass. So it's not necessarily our military that they fear. It's the citizens. But when you have liberals that are trying to take our guns away and keep us from having guns, they're just opening the doorway. And I mean, they're already doing it with illegal immigrants.
But who's actually done it? All these people are so, and trust me, I love my guns, okay? And but the
try
point
getting
is
a gun in New York.
Well, in New York, California,
exactly,
sure.
right.
But I can show you pictures of the 33 fully automatic weapons I owned in Florida.
Right.
You know, my point is though, is honestly, that's everyone's big fear. But what who's actually come into office and tried to do anything to take our guns? Nobody.
Bill Clinton,
Nobody.
1993.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
Passed
sir.
a 10-year
true
assault
with the
weapons ban.
pre-86 guns and whatnot. But since let me
That's
rephrase
why
that.
I'm
Since
gonna
Clinton,
throw it back at you. What you said earlier. Do your own research.
Then
If you watch the Democratic debates, the primary
this
debates,
year, last year, right?
Right.
When they would talk about.
He said,
how to
"Hell
take-
yeah, we're coming for your AK."
We're going to take
Right.
your
I'm not
AK-47,
saying
your
that they're not
AR-15. Yeah.
threatening
He wants
to do
Now-
it.
now,
They've
John-
been threatening it for years.
The
though, and
Supreme Court
haven't.
had a big case where they basically shut down those kind of efforts for the most part.
Yeah.
For now.
unless
We
you
have
live
bigger.
in Jersey.
We have bigger fish to fry.
That's why I thank
Now-
God we're a safe state.
Yeah, absolutely. I hear you. John, okay, so again, this is the first time you're watching or seeing this stuff here, this footage. Mm-hmm. Your advice, your thoughts?
I think that breaking into the Capitol, no matter who you are, is not right. But when it comes to if you're wanting advice as far as sides and everything like that, I actually don't mix.
Well, you're a pretty neutral guy.
I'm pretty neutral because I'm a musician.
Right. I hear you. The business is on the line.
Business is always on the line,
Right.
no matter what. But I will tell you the things that happened. Period. The breaking in, interrupting what was happening. No matter if it's for your side or against your side, just let what needs to happen, and the truth come out.
Like, here's the thing. They were in the middle of objecting electoral votes in Arizona. They do the states by alphabetical order.
I will tell you, it took me very much so by surprise.
Right.
To even seeing kind of, it doesn't matter who you are. Again, it doesn't really matter the political affiliation. That doesn't matter. But breaking glass, jumping in and breaking, no matter the fact that they were able to even get in blows my mind. I'm not going to jump into all these conspiracy theories, but the
yes.
fact that they were even able to break in blows my mind. And number two, the fact that it even happened and people in their mind thought that it was okay. It just surprises me. It very much so surprises me.
Oh, this video. I'm not going to show it on the screen. I'm sorry, but did you see this one?
No, it's not big enough.
Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm not going to show this on the screen. This is of the Air Force vet that was shot and killed. See, there's the Metro Police.
Oh no!
Wait, someone was shot and killed?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There were four people killed in the raid.
Four people.
Well, the other three were
14-year,
have
Air
not.
Force veteran.
There's no details on them that I've seen yet, other than they
okay.
were called medical incidents,
Oh, okay.
which makes me work because there were a lot
A lot
of people there.
Right.
Okay.
Old people, young people, all kinds of
Just a
people.
lot of
This is
people.
the only death that I know of coming out of the
Yeah.
Capitol.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right.
Right.
Good point, Laura.
Were you all maxed up and 6 feet apart?
Yes, they were.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
They had a little grid.
Perfect.
They had the perfect circles.
Look, they got a bunch of chairs barricading the doors,
Yeah.
and these people are trying to break in.
So-
it's absolutely shameful.
Just out of curiosity, right? If somebody's on my front yard and I feel threatened by them, even though they don't have a gun, if I shoot that person, I'm going to jail. That's just how that's going.
correct.
So why can this guy right here defend this property with a gun?
You
Why
got a
is it
bunch of
legal?
people trying to storm the Capitol building that houses Congress. They should have shot. They could have shot them all.
Yeah.
When I was watching this on TV, there they go.
And then there she is. She
When I was
died.
watching on TV, we were talking about the old movie, Terms of Engagement.
Oh yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Waste of Mother Effers. The place getting stormed by a mob.
Yeah.
You know, that could have easily turned into a bloodbath, and I'm sure that's why you saw the police pulling back. I know they're getting orders saying, "Look, just let them in. We got everybody safe. We're not going to have a standoff where we're going to start mowing down Trump supporters on the front lawn of the Capitol building." But they could have.
You
They
know,
could have shot them all.
On social media, I see people making this a race thing.
How is it a race thing?
I just see it.
That doesn't even make sense.
One of my dear friends who has been on the show many of times, John Mullins knows him too, and he was doing comparisons to the police in the riots in prior months to this one. This isn't a race thing.
I know this person?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It rhymes with. No, I can't say.
I think it depends on the
yeah,
sort of
we'll keep
media
the
that you
name out.
watch
We'll
too.
talk about it at dinner.
I mean, we just saw a video of a bunch of fully geared up riot police with batons beating on a bunch of protesters and using bear mace on them and stuff. We just saw a guy shoot someone who's trying to break in.
Right. That officer is on leave at the moment.
Right.
Doesn't that usually happen when you shoot?
Yeah.
Like, no matter what part of the
Okay.
Yep.
For
It goes through like internal
not because
affairs
he
and-
shot
yeah.
a Democrat or Republican. It doesn't
Right.
like it's just because that's what happens. Period. After
Absolutely.
you shoot somebody.
You have to go through therapy and
Okay.
yeah,
Don't
it's
even,
this whole thing.
I mean, you can't even tell from the video. Might have pulled the trigger accidentally. You know, you get in a situation like that. I mean, he's literally barricaded the door with a bunch of chairs and stuff, and these people are trying to beat their way through.
Yeah.
You imagine
Which again,
gun go off.
We're in the Capitol building, and we're barricading doors with chairs
to keep
like
the people
doors
out.
with chairs.
Agreed.
Yeah.
It just surprises
Shouldn't
me.
have went in.
The whole thing
definitely
never should have
surprises me.
happened, point blank.
Should have stayed outside. Saying that was beautiful. The video of them singing the national anthem outside.
And
Oh,
if they
I
would
hope
have
I
done
got
that, look, they would have been lauded with praise. They would have, they would have completely turned the entire narrative of this
Right.
whole situation around, and it would have been anybody in the media would have been then hard pressed to find something wrong.
But that's
with
what I'm
it.
saying. You have, because during all the riots during the summertime, you had your bad apples too.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Okay? And the media did not lump the entire group with the bad apples.
It's easier for us to now
Certain-
understand
certain did.
how protesters at these Black Lives Matter rallies and stuff may feel. You know, they go there, they protest all day, they wave their signs, they go home, and then a bunch of people stick around and start looting and burning and stuff. You know, it ruins the movement. It makes
Yep.
everybody gets lumped in like that. And now we just got 300,000 people lumped in with, we're a bunch of insurrectionists that stormed the Capitol building.
You want to know my prediction?
What's that?
The MAGA party, third party.
I don't know.
There's going to be a third party.
They've tainted it. They're going to look like a bunch of wackos now.
No, I don't think so.
Maybe.
I think Trump supporters already are pretty wise to media, and they're pretty aware of what a bad apple is.
I don't think you can lump all Trump supporters as together as one, though. I think
I don't
like
think so.
anything
No.
else, you've got your extremists, you've got your normies, and then I don't feel like you can just say that collectively it's all the same thing.
Without Trump, the Republican Party is on the way out.
I don't know. Pence, his reaction to this was great. You know, he's the one that.
And I like Mike.
The rumor is that he's the one that called the National Guard out and shut it down.
I heard that rumor too.
And,
I couldn't confirm it though.
You know, this is created because Pence been riding along and has never been involved in anything untoward that Trump has been, and Trump pressured him to act outside of his constitutional duties, and he shut it down.
I disagree that it's outside of his constitutional duties. Though.
I understand that it's disagreeable. Pence
Right.
certainly saw it that way.
Right.
And he comes out, strongly condemns what happened yesterday. That's the kind of man of honor that I think is the Republicans are going to start leaning towards, because I think this will have turned off a lot of Trump supporters. It certainly bothered me a lot.
I think Mike Pence, though, I think his political career is over.
I think so. Being associated with Trump is not helped him.
Oh,
I'm not sure I agree with that, because to be honest, like you said, Lawyer Wayne, I mean, throughout the entirety of this last 4 years, for the very most part, Pence has laid low. He's not really caused a big rigmarole over anything. And so I think that given a little bit of time, I think that Pence could maybe come back from this, disassociate, come back on a different, with a different platform, with a different, set of values. I think he could recover.
It would be a weird world where you saw Pence try to run for president.
Yeah.
It'd be a weird.
It's already a weird world.
I just wanted to point out real quick.
What do you got, Jordan?
Well, Trump was just named like the most admired man in America.
Right.
I don't know if
It
anybody saw
beat
that or
out Barack Obama there.
Right.
I know. I'm telling you.
But somehow he's the bad guy here.
Like,
I don't get that.
That's what I don't understand either. These individuals who broke in there, that's what the media wants.
Yeah.
The media, and if this is changing your opinion on Trump, Lawyer Wayne, then the media's got to you. Do you know what I mean?
There's the previous president said the buck stops here,
Mhm.
right? And I have people that work with me. I have people that work for me, and there is an idea that if you're the boss, if you're Trump, and it's your rally, and things go bad, even if it wasn't your fault, it's still kind of your fault.
So you're saying the guy that shot Representative Scalise, the Bernie supporter, that was Bernie's fault?
I'm saying that even though it's wrong, and even if it is wrong, that's the way people feel.
Well,
about it.
that's a logical fallacy, though. Like
it
you're,
is.
You're
but
associating people that have
feelings
nothing
don't
to
care
do
about
with
your
it.
facts, sir. And the way I feel is
facts, not feelings.
I didn't like it. I do
Facts,
not
not
like
feelings.
it.
Definitely.
It's almost like you got an entourage.
Yeah.
The person that they following is going to get blamed for what the entourage.
MC Hammer's guy
You
brought
know?
him down.
Yep.
All right. Crazy.
Ed Reynolds on YouTube is
What's up, Ed?
saying, I believe that the break-in at the Capitol was allowed to happen because all the Republicans used it as an excuse to confirm Biden last night when they continued the confirmation of the electoral vote. Look at Lindsey Graham's ridiculous speech.
Well, yeah, I listened to the people's speeches where you had senators that were going to contest, you know, the electoral count, and then because of this, they go, well, now I can't. Well, what made you change your mind about what happened during the election?
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't understand that. Why would you change your mind if you think that there was election irregularities? That's one of my tough words, Lawyer Wayne.
Right.
Irregularities.
Irregularities.
All right. Then why would something that has nothing to do with election irregularities change your mind?
It's because politically.
Right, because it's about their job.
Yeah. The sort of people
it's about
like
their job, and that's it.
There's people like me who's like, okay, you think there's election fraud? Tell me more. I'm interested in hearing about it. And right up until you start, rioting and trying to storm the Capitol and stuff. And it's the same problem the Black Lives Matter movement has had. Okay, let's talk about police reforms. Oh, now you've set my business on fire. It's hard to listen to somebody after you've done that.
Yep.
You know, it's one of the greatest uniters, though. Music. I'm ready for some John Mullins music.
We need it.
Okay,
man.
I'm just ready for it. But hey, let me know what you guys think. All right, because let me tell you, this is going to be interesting. Buckle up. There's so much more to still happen.
We still got a whole year.
We still got.
Oh boy.
We still got it till January 20th.
And the summertime ain't here yet.
Because you got people calling for impeachment.
Another impeachment.
Impeachment for Donald Trump.
I mean, what's the point now? He's got 13 days.
Same point as the last one.
I mean?
It's symbolic.
They want removal. They want removal. And
Right.
here's my theory why. Trump's he's gonna tell some stories.
I believe it.
Trump's gonna
Sing like a canary. He's gonna sing like Mr. Mullins over
Aliens.
here.
Let's
JFK.
welcome. We're live on Rumble. Okay. Let me open up the drawer. Here is UFOs. Yep, got them. Okay. Do you know what I mean?
You talking about the book of secrets?
Right.
Yep.
Okay. For next episode, here it is. That's what Trump should do. Okay. Trump should really just be like, okay, here we go. We got Trump podcast episode 3. All right, JFK.
He needs
Here's
to
who
pardon
killed him.
Julian Assange and Edward Snowden.
Oh, pardons are on the way, and
hope so.
that is why they. Me too. And that is why they want this removal immediate.
Can you imagine if he partnered up with like Rogan or somebody?
Joe, I love you on UFC. All right.
Well, so I wanted to point out real quick also, I'm not saying what happened yesterday is right by any means, but let's say I have a dog in my backyard and I chain the dog up and I go outside and I beat the dog every day. At some point in time, that dog, when I go outside to beat it, it's going to bite back at me, right?
Especially when you untrain it.
So when you have people in a country and you have a constitution that says these are your rights,
right,
and that constitution even says Congress shall make no laws going against these rights, and then Congress starts doing that and starts taking away your rights one by one, it's just a matter of time.
And
see
I like what
I'm
you
saying?
said about the berating, because
I don't know. I'm not condoning it at all, but
you hear
it's going to get to the point where that's going to happen.
you hear, okay, you're racist, you're homophobic, you're sexist. You hear these you're deplorable. You hear it over and over and again. So I understand, but still, and it's so tough. But you gotta show love. You know what I mean? You gotta show love.
Right.
There was not love being shown inside the Capitol yesterday.
Right.
Right. So I agree. But all right. Let's go back to unifying with music. John Mullins. We're going to play this video of yours.
Okay.
And it may be more important than some people think. Because you got this song here. Survive. We got the video. I want to hear your story and what you got going up next. John Mullins. Without an H.
No H.
Yeah, John Mullins.
Don't waste the letter.
Where would you put an H there?
John.
Oh, John. Okay,
Yeah.
I was like
Yeah,
Mullins.
don't waste the H.
Would it be silent?
There's no H in Mullins either.
Yeah.
That's what I was.
Yes, there is.
yeah.
Muhllins.
Look, y'all. I was
Mullins.
making cupcakes and drinking at 4 a.m. Okay, just don't listen to me at all.
That's all coming up next on the Joe Padula Show. Absolutely.
Salutations. This is Casey Bryant with Local Clarksville. Don't forget to download our app to find local places to eat, shop, and play. You're listening to the Joe Padula Show. Absolutely.
Who will win the National College Football Championship game between Alabama and Ohio State? Come find out at O'Connor's Irish Pub, Monday, January 11th. College football's big game will be on the big screen, to include happy hour specials until 7 p.m. For more, visit o'connorsfun.com and like on Facebook and Instagram.
O'Connor's Irish Pub, the ultimate fun pub, on the corner of Trenton and Tylertown Road, exit 1.
Water dogs scuba and safety. There's a whole world to discover underwater, and at Water Dog Scuba and Safety, they're here to help you explore it. Veteran and locally owned, and whether you're already an expert diver or beginner seeking adventure, Water Dogs offers private and scheduled dive trainings for all ages. Get those kids, but no dogs. Go check out their Facebook page. Look at their underwater videos. 681 North Spring Street, downtown Clarksville. Go say hello to Rich and Cecil and the team at Water Dog Scuba and Safety. The following is a paid advertisement for legal services.
Hello, Clarksville. Lawyer Wayne here. Yes, I am a real lawyer, and yes, I have 9 kids. Do you know what the number one complaint about lawyers is? It's not how much they cost or even how good a job they do. It's that they don't return phone calls. Well, if you go to lawyerwayne.com, I've got my cell phone number on there. You put it in your phone, and if you need a lawyer, text me. You can come down to my office at 120 South 2nd Street. We can talk about your case. I offer free consultations. Know your rights, know your options. LawyerWayne.com. This is Lawyer Wayne. Check me out at LawyerWayne.com and check me out on TikTok at Lawyer Wayne. You're listening to the Joe Padula Show. Absolutely.
Joe Padula Show, absolutely.
We understand.
Man. What is something cool is we're all able to sit together, have conversations on something that is controversial, and listen to each other. And I'll tell you what, there are times that you want to just interject and be like, no! But it's very cool to see reserved people actually think things over.
And we all walk out and shake hands or give hugs or elbow bumps.
Well,
Sorry.
6 feet.
COVID.
6 feet.
That's
Yeah.
right.
No, I'm kidding.
Elbow bumps.
It's all right. We'll be okay.
Touch shoes or something. I don't know.
We'll be all right.
Air bumps.
Air bumps?
6 feet apart.
6
What's
feet.
up, Joey?
So, how you doing? My elbow has never been so bruised in my life. Now I know people who have ashy elbows. I avoid them. I avoid saying hello to them now. John, you have ashy elbows?
I do. Whitney, every single time, she's like, lotion your elbows. Why do you think I wear long sleeves all the time?
Why do you have... What? Can you show us your ashy elbows?
No.
Come on.
I'm wearing long sleeves.
Damn.
To hide the ashy elbows.
John, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good.
It's a crazy world. It's even crazier being a musician.
Yeah.
Gig-wise, what's going on in Nashville?
I will tell you, recently, this past year, I started playing more outside of Nashville.
Uh-huh.
So I'm not as in touch with what's happening inside.
Smart move.
But I will tell you, there's some cool, fun stuff. February 1st, I'm playing at the Listening Room. Great spot, which is a good spot. But again, I feel like a lot of places are trying to be super small with the stuff that they're booking
Yeah.
and whatnot. Also, they're also trying to conserve money when it comes to booking and everything like that. So,
see, that's got to suck, too. Because here it is. You've been working so hard to build an audience. And now all of a sudden, you have to say, no, only 4 of you can show up. Like,
yeah, it is difficult. It really is difficult. But I will tell you, outside of Nashville, the shows have been way different.
Good.
It's been incredible.
Smart move
I
doing
loved
it. And now you just released this video. Let's take a look at it. And check out his YouTube. John Mullins. Oh, that's not John. Sorry. That's not the video.
I love it.
George, start singing for us, all right?
No.
No.
Oh, man.
It's called Survive. Okay. Why? Why survive? What are you surviving?
Yeah, so I'll do the quick a little bit about it. But 5 years ago now, almost 5 years ago, my wife Whitney fell and hit her head on concrete. Forward right here, started losing speech and motor functions, developed extreme anxiety, panic, and started losing short-term memory. And so,
what caused the fall?
She slipped on what we think was liquid at work, and so we got to the scariest time in our life where we were she was feeling guilt. She was scared that she wouldn't be able to go back to work. She couldn't even put words together. She was nervous that she would always have anxiety attacks and all these things together, and she couldn't even put a sentence together to tell me what was happening.
What was the doctor saying?
That honestly, it was a wild goose chase. It felt like they're like, it's just head trauma. You never know, and
it's just head trauma. I can't speak.
Yeah, and so there were people coming to our house to help, therapists and whatnot to help her with memory and help her with speech. She went to speech therapy, and so we went through this time where it was she felt guilty and scared and couldn't put words together and just sat at home. That's all you could do all day was just sit at home and be scared. And I would have to go to work and come home and wash, rinse, repeat and make sure everything's taken care of. And I would do it all over again because that's what a husband does. And but
did you think she wasn't going to recover? I mean, I'm acting like she's not even in the room, but
hey, baby.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, she was Whitney. There would be times pretty often where she would sit and be like, will things ever go back to the same? And
right.
Again, like going from, a semi-normal, whatever life to like anxiety, which most people probably know, what that feels like, but anxiety and panic attacks just out of nowhere and not being able to the words on the tip of your tongue, but you can't even say it. You can't even remember
the
it.
frustration alone.
And just being so scared.
How long was this for? Like this time frame before recovery actually began, and how did recovery begin?
Whitney, what would you say? I would say probably about 2 or 3 years is when we started to see
years.
Yeah, 2 or 3 years is when we started to see it get to the point where we weren't constantly thinking about the problems.
Years.
Yeah.
Would you guys go out in public to restaurants or anything? I mean,
actually,
any episodes in public?
Yeah, she actually developed agoraphobia. Is that what it's called? Where you couldn't be around people. And again, this part of your head,
that's
controls everything.
Prefrontal cortex.
And so and so she couldn't even be around people. When we still to this day, when we sit in restaurants, she has to have her back to a wall.
Did you think about divorcing her?
You what? No.
Oh,
sorry,
never. I had to. She asked me to ask that.
No, and without hesitation.
I know.
She's somebody I will always fight for.
Of course.
And so this song. So I actually it took a little bit of a time off of music, and then started writing about 2.5, 3 years later. And this song, "Better Man," came after we had a crazy fight. Because we were trying to relearn how to communicate. Again, imagine not being able to put words together, but having to live with somebody 24/7, and you have to relearn how to communicate. I was trying to finish her sentences, but you're not supposed to finish sentences. And she's like,
that's one of the
rules? Can you get me that? Yeah. You
okay.
Can't finish sentences.
Yeah,
and
TBI is crazy. I mean, you know that. You have buddies.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So it got to the point again where we were relearn. We had been together for 11 years, and so we were trying to relearn how to be a couple, and it was scary. We were fighting because we were both trying to understand, not because we were both we didn't hate each other. We were literally just both lost and didn't understand. And so this song
basically re-meeting a new person.
That's what it was, but the person can't speak.
Wow.
And so, but the person can't put full sentences together. And if you can't put full sentences together, and all of a sudden it triggers anxiety, and then it triggers guilt because we can't, talk, and then guilt because I can't go back to work. So what are we going to do? And all these different things. And I found myself getting to the point where it was frustrating.
Of course.
And so this song, "Better Man," came from a time where we had a difficult fight. Oh no, I'm talking about the release of the songs. She's trying to get me on track. She does really good with that.
Yeah.
So the song "Better Man," where "Better Man" came from, is from a moment in time where we had just had a fight, and it was rough, and I was sitting at my piano at 2 a.m. playing through chords. And I wanted to write a song that was like a desperate love letter to her, to let her know that no matter what happens and no matter how much we fight, that I promise to be the best version of myself that I can for her, and to do everything I can, no matter what happens. And then so there's another song I released after that, and then this song is called Survive. And Survive is a song basically that's talking about, again, like no matter how much we fight, we're going to survive. We're going to make it through it.
Did you ever question God?
There was a time when we got to the point where we were, you never really question if God's real. You know what I mean? But
Right.
But you do question why. Like, why would, why do good things happen to bad people and bad things happen to good people? And, we seem to think we're pretty good people.
That's right.
But, I think we got to the point where it was just more just upset and questioning why, not questioning reality, right?
Wow.
Angry, yeah, anger. And so this song I wrote this past May called Survive, and it is a song, again, about a problem in life that's so deep, whether it be a relationship, whether it be anything that's so deep, it literally overtakes your entire mind. When you're awake, when you're asleep, you dream about it. That's how heavy of a time we were going through. And I wanted to find a song inside of my head that I could just put into words how those years felt. And I think this really does it for me, because again, it goes from this. You'll see it in the video that the first chorus just says, "Will we talk about it, or will we just fight? Around and round in circles, we could go all night. But when you want to give up, I won't stop, because you and I, we will survive." And you'll see it in the first chorus that I just like worn out and defeated. And then towards the last chorus, you see the hope and the willingness to fight and the desperation. So
Lucas Zamanillo, who's listening on YouTube, says, "Dang, this guy really putting himself out there. Respect a real man." So I wanted to read that to you.
Thank you so
I
much.
thought you'd like that. So.
Thank you very much.
The man's a known liar, by the way.
This is all fake.
And he's not, though. He is very ashy. I can see his hands.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Yes, he's very. You need some Curel.
I've got dry skin.
Yeah.
His follow-up song is "Survive Eczema." Right.
Oh my gosh!
But here is John Mullins. Check it out if you're listening via iHeartRadio. The video will be being played live via the Facebook page and the YouTube. John Mullins, "Survive."
I was lying awake, torn out of a dream. I couldn't hear you, but you looked at me like you were gonna let me down. I remember thinking, ooh, will we talk about it, or will we just fight around in circles? We could go all night. When you wanna give up, I won't stop, 'cause you and I, we will survive. And we were taking it way too far, cutting deep with our words, 'cause in the business of breaking hearts, don't matter how much it hurts, we're saying things we knew we couldn't take back. But it didn't matter, speeding in the wrong direction, going fast and getting off track. Oh, will we talk about it, or will we just fight around in circles? We could go all night. When you wanna give up, I won't stop, 'cause you and I, we will survive. Will we talk about it, or will we just fight around in circles? We could go all night. When you wanna give up, I won't stop, 'cause you and I, we will survive. But nothing tastes as sweet as the life we could live. We try to move forward when there's so much to forgive. We're together but we're lonely, making it hard to be strong. It took a dream to show me where we're going.
John Mullins. Beautiful, brother. Beautiful.
You got a really good voice, man.
That's what's up, man.
Thank you.
That's what's up. Now, I got a question for you, John.
Yeah.
All right, we just heard your song. Awesome video. Your changing of the backgrounds consistently. What's the symbolism behind that?
Yeah, so it started off as something a little bit more innocent, but became something a little bit different. My song "Better Man" that you originally interviewed, you were my first radio interview for Better Man, and so
it's a great song.
That
too.
song, thank you very much. The numbers are mind blowing for that right now. But sorry, moving on. But Better Man, he actually flew out for the clothing company. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go really quick. Clothing company Whitney sells. They came out with something called a rock and roll collection, and they wanted me to be the face of it. And so they flew somebody out, and they did a sneak peek of my song "Better Man." And the guy that did the sneak peek video of my song "Better Man" was like, "We need to do a music video for you." And I was like, "Yes." And he was like, I have an idea for a song. You know, you're going to be singing, but the background's constantly changing. And I was like, "That's cool." And then so "Survive" kind of came into the picture, and I sent it to him, and he was like, we were both like, "That's perfect. Like, it's the perfect song for it." And to me, what the changing backgrounds means is that I'll go to the ends of the earth. I'll fight wherever, whatever, no matter what I need to do. It's always changing. There's the thing is I wanted the symbolism in the song to always mean that, because you see in the warehouse that it's just super intimate and super desperate. But the changing of the backgrounds always means that no matter where we are, no matter where I am, I'll fight for it.
It's beautiful, man.
And
it's beautiful.
The end of the song is a huge hopeful thing, and we spent the whole day filming Chasing Sunset, and we got to the park at the right spot.
It worked out great, man. Where can people go get your music?
Go to johnmullins.com, JONMullins.com, JONMULLINS.com, and you can click on pretty much anything in the site, and it'll take you to the music.
Who's the one playing the violin?
Her name is Maeve Higgins.
Yeah,
she was playing the cello, and she's
the cello.
She's
That was a big violin there, sir.
Yeah.
No,
Sorry.
She played it for the video, but in the actual song, it's somebody different. But she was in the video. Maeve Higgins out in Los Angeles.
Why don't you bring her with you?
Maeve Padula.
Because
why don't you bring her with you?
We filmed it 3 weeks ago in Los Angeles. I can't bring her with me.
Should have told her.
Joey P.
That was part of the contract.
Yeah, you should have been like, I'm gonna be on the Joe Padula
No,
show. She'd been like, Joe
she's
Padula.
serious. She's serious with her boy, and he's awesome.
Yeah, that's the problem. She needs to be serious with the man.
You're so ridiculous.
Okay, these
You're
little
so
boys out there.
You're so ridiculous.
JohnMullins.com. Love you, brother. Thank you for sharing your story.
Love you, brother. Thank you.
Well, just a chapter in your book.
Thank you.
All right, but what an amazing book, the Book of Whitney. Yeah.
Honestly,
that's awesome.
It is.
John was our first hate mail, by the way, on the show.
Oh my
Yeah?
gosh.
Yeah.
He says it every time.
Back in the AM
every
days.
single time.
What's that?
He sent you your first hate mail?
No, his
No, I
fans did.
didn't.
Yeah.
His fans did. It wasn't my fault. Well, he was talking about about praying right before you perform.
Yeah.
Right, and then
You're like, "What's a pre-ritual?" And you're like, "Who do you pray to?"
yeah, who do you pray to? And Cliff.
Who was it?
Cliff.
Cliff, yeah.
Cliff goes, do you pray to the Dark Lord? Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I was wondering if he was like, at the moment, I was like, is he talking about like Harry Potter, or is he talking about? No, but somebody had sent an email that was upset
To the station.
Yeah.
How dare you have this filth?
I remember that.
Filth.
I mean,
Yeah.
And you know what? That's when I go, man, he's got supporters. Those are fans who will fight for this man. You're like Trump.
I think.
Right.
Please
had
stop.
to
Please
do
stop
it.
right now. Stop everything.
There you go.
I have to.
More hate mail.
I'm sorry, I have to
More
go
hate
break a
mail.
window. Hold on.
No, stop.
I love it.
No, stop. I will tell you the people that my family, I call them they're fans, but they're also family.
Oh,
Right, that's
cool.
right.
They are the best supporters in the entire world. Couldn't ask for a better group of people.
Well, I got a good guy to support. And
Thanks, Joey.
I'm glad Whitney's still around. And 100%?
90
98?
We say 90%.
110.
She still suffers.
Yeah.
She still suffers from anxiety and panic, but past that, we're about 90%. I would say total.
I'm glad you're much better, Whitney. I offered her a mic, and she didn't.
She's 130%, just
She's
like the
also-
voter turnout in Milwaukee.
All right.
Yada yada.
I do want to
yada.
brag on her for a second. She is a baddie. She started her own business and is absolutely killing it. And she's in the top 5% of the company, and she's absolutely killing it. So
Damn right.
Awesome.
She's amazing.
That's what's up.
Go capitalism.
Yeah. Red Pill Jen, what'd you learn on the show today? Anything stand up for you?
Oh my gosh, this political mess. I
Yeah.
just don't even know. I don't know. I guess I just learned that that just no matter what, people are just angry, and they have to find an outlet somewhere, and they're gonna find it.
People like to be angry.
They
On
do.
both sides.
I really truly believe, especially, I mean, all the comments and the ugliness on social media, and it's just so unnecessary, and it just does seem like people are just happy to be angry.
What gonna happen next month then? Who people gonna be angry at then?
I know you can come hang out in my bunker.
Lawyer Wayne, what'd you learn on the show today?
I learned we actually did a live fact check on the idea that
On
this
the-
guy had a hammer and sickle
Right.
tattoo.
Yeah.
My brother Joe. And
confirmed by
intern
Shane.
Shane. Both recognized it as coming from a video game.
Right.
Dishonored. I'm
nerds.
Yeah. You heard it here first, people.
That is pretty good. That's a good one to know.
Call him intestine Shane after last week.
Georgie, what'd you learn on the show today? I think stand that for you, brother.
I don't know, man. It was just good to come and have good conversation. Hear some good music. I definitely need to check this guy out.
Oh, thank you.
Well, he was going to
Absolutely.
perform something live, but
Completely forgot my guitar.
I was going to bring it up.
I even went home and got a ukulele.
Yeah, do you want to do a few strings on the uke?
I know how to play the uke, but we don't have time to tune it.
True. True. Don't worry. We're going to get young Ava to play on the ukulele here.
Yes.
Right.
There you go.
Yes. Intern Shane, what'd you learn on the show today? What stood out for you, brother?
I learned that if this is what's happening at the beginning of a new year, I'd hate to see what the rest of the year is going to be like.
What a wise young man. To know that 2021 is going to be... buckle up.
Buttercup.
Buckle up, Buttercup. John Mullins, what'd you learn on the show today? Anything stand there for you? I mean, you just got exposed to a lot of visuals that you haven't seen yet.
I learned that no matter who you support, no matter what side, you can be really gutsy. Gutsy, I guess, is the right word.
It does take balls. I wouldn't do it.
There was a lot of stuff that I was just very surprised. Again, the past 2 days, I've been in my hole getting stuff ready for the release and everything like that. So just being exposed to that right away honestly blew my mind, and it makes me realize that people I think there are a lot of people who have feelings they want to express, but they don't know how to express them, so they do things like that.
Very well said.
And I think we got a lot of people who need to figure out how to express themselves correctly.
Like your cello player.
Like Maeve.
Okay, Maeve. She needs to learn how to express some of her feelings, you know what I mean?
You're so ridiculous.
Is that why your publicist hates me?
No. Did she send you my press release?
No.
Okay.
I'm telling you, your publicist hates me.
She doesn't hate you.
She does.
She doesn't hate you. I think she may still be putting it together. I don't know.
JohnMullins.com. Babe, what'd you learn on the show today?
John Mullins.
John
survived
Mullins.
his new video.
Bay's a parameter. If he doesn't say, if he goes to somewhere else when there's a musical guest in here, Babe, what'd you learn on the show today? Kim Kardashian and Kanye West are getting divorced.
Oh
and there's a
my
musician
gosh.
guest there? That means the music sucked.
He's the barometer. Get it?
Oh, God.
Dar would appreciate
that barometer.
it. Damn
That was amazing.
Dar would appreciate me.
I love it.
I learned that we're still able to have a civil conversation about controversial topics amongst different people. It's still possible. Don't let the media lie to you and say it's not. That's their job, to divide us. Why? Because they have an agenda and they want to get ratings. Don't let them do it. Come up with your own thoughts. Form your own circles. You have the constitutional right legally to assemble peacefully. Doesn't matter how many people either. Just do it.
Make friends with people you disagree with.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. You'll find that you have a lot of common ground, actually.
Just don't date them. All right. Don't forget to share, comment, the whole bit. Appreciate you. We'll talk to you again on the next Joe Padula Show, where America goes to a party with a purpose. Absolutely.